Hello, and welcome back to HunterTuned. Today we are actually down at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove, Wisconsin with the Mustang, and we're going to try out the Radials. These guys are open 6 days a week, so we drove down here tonight to test the car out and see how it's doing. So we're going to try out the brand new Mickey Thompson ET Street Pro Radials here. We got them aired down to about 18 pounds. I don't want to hit it too hard with too little air pressure on the first hit, so we're just going to try that out, and then I'm going to load a tune-up in it, see where the car goes. I was just jonesing to get down here and make a pass, so we just came down here. Got the laptop in here. I'm going to fire that up and pull some power out of the car because I don't want to go on kill on the first pass. So we're just going to give it a soft tune, see if the track holds it, see how the tires work. Alright guys, so we're all suited up in the car, ready to go. I pulled some RPM on the two-step because I don't want to launch really hard with these tires until I feel them out. And I turned the boost to around, 16 to 18 pounds, somewhere in there it should be. And yeah, we're just going to get out there and make a rip. I'm excited. Tires. Like I said, we didn't want to go too crazy right away. Brand new set of tires, guys, so they might need to be broke in a little bit. I got out there and I pedaled that bitch. 1060 at night, at less than 100 miles an hour, it went 1060. Yeah. It's gonna go fast, guys. It's gonna go fast. That was a terrible fucking pass, and it went $1.15 to the 8th. And terrible 60 foot because it spun. So we'll get after it, we'll do some changes, and go try it again. Good burnout. Alright guys, we're going to go up for our second pass now. I turned the two-step down 200 more RPM, and I took 2 pounds of air out of the tires and gave it a little bit more boost, and I'm hoping it's just going to make a good pass. this thing really slams third gear. That 60 foot was awesome though. That felt like a really good 60 foot. It felt like it carried the tires. I don't know if it did or not. It sure felt like it.
Not bad.
Whoa. 139 60 foot, boy. Fuck yeah. 6-0 to the 8th. Man, we're so close, guys. I got out of it early again. It went 960. But 139 60 foot. Hell yeah. 3.9 to the 330. 6-0 to the 8th. I'm getting that 5-second pass tonight. Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna go up and make another pass. I added some RPM back into the launch. I raised it 200, and I raised the boost quite a bit. So we'll see what it does. Those are the only changes I made. Same tire pressure, 16 pounds of air in the tire.
Folks, this is going to be a clocks off pass, which means no time will be displayed on the board.
it, boy. I stayed in that bitch. Woo! It still spun the tires on the hit. Woo, boy! That bitch was riding. Alright guys, I'm fucking speechless. Other than fuck. I can say fuck all I want right now. 924 it just went, I think.
Yeah.
148 mile an hour. 120 to the 8th, 590 to the 8th. Spinning out of the hole. Gonna try to pull a little bit of two-step RPM back out of it. Maybe we'll make another pass. Maybe we'll call it for the night. Let you know in a minute. That's a victory, boys. So we just got back home from Union Grove. We went down there. That track is about 2 hours away from us, and they are open 6 days a week. So our home track, WIR, here in Kaukauna, which is like half hour from us, they unfortunately are only open like one weekend, or I shouldn't say one weekend, like 3 weekends a month. And sometimes they take breaks and they have other events and stuff that go on. So they have not been open for the last like 2 weeks, and they're finally going to have another track day this coming Friday. So we're going to be heading back up there this Friday, but I was just antsy. I wanted to test the new tires out on the Mustang, and you guys know we switched the car from a 28x10 ET drag slick, and I changed it to a 275 drag radial, the ET Street Pro, and man, car works way better with a radial. The track prep there tonight wasn't very good. It was a Tuesday night. There was only like, I don't know, a handful of cars, maybe 10 cars total that were there tonight. So they didn't really prep the track a whole lot. And, you know, a radial does need some good prep for it to work right. And like I was telling you guys, I pulled 600 RPM of two-step out of the car to get it to 60 foot at all because it kept blowing the tires off. I'm going to run through the time slips with you guys quick and show you kind of what all went on throughout the day. So our first pass went a 1069 at 99 miles an hour. I got out of it, obviously. I did not stay in it for a full quarter-mile pass here. This was the first pass on the car with the new tires, and I think the boost was like 16. I had it turned down because I didn't really want to, you know, go out there and fucking burn the house down on the first hit. There's no sense in that. Drove fucking 2 hours. I didn't want to waste my time braking it right away or something like that. So first pass, 1660 foot garbage. Blew the shit out of the tires right off. Blew them right off because I had the two-step RPM at 4,300 or 4,400 on this pass, and it was way too hot. Track couldn't hold it. You know, brand new set of tires, probably had to break in a little bit. So that pass was pretty garbage. It did do 4.2 to the 330, 6.4 to the 8th at a $1.15. And after that pass, I made some adjustments to the car, and I pulled a lot of two-step out of it just because I wanted to make sure that it was not going to spin and it was just going to go A to B. And it did the fastest 60 foot of my life. Fastest 60 foot ever on the car, period. And it went a 139 60 foot, which was a goal of mine. I wanted to go 1.3 in the 60 foot. And it did that with 16 pounds of air in the tire and 4,000 RPM launch with a, I think it was like 8 pounds of boost on the launch, which it's funny because the drag slicks on 16 pounds of boost on the launch and 4,600 RPM would go way slower in the 60 foot. So less power on the launch with a radial is going faster to the 60 foot. So that is awesome. Just shows how much better this tire is working. And if you guys watched the video of that second pass, it went in and did a, it didn't really wheelie, but it felt like it was wheeling all the way through like 200 feet out. But the suspension was just working how it should because the tire wasn't actually taking the grunt of the hit. Right. It was actually, the tire could actually take the hit instead of it balling up like a slick does. The radial has a stiff sidewall and can just plant the power forward instead of planting it down into the tire like it has been doing for the last fucking 2 years. I've always ran a drag slick on the car and I've never tried a radial out, so I'm very happy that I did that. This pass I did get out of it early because I actually hit the rev limiter in second gear and I grabbed third gear as it was hitting the limiter. And one thing that guys don't know is if you hit the limiter in any gear on an automatic transmission and then you grab the next gear, it's super hard on the driveline. It's super hard on the suspension. It's super hard on the drive shaft, the U-joints, the rear end, everything. And when I hit third gear, it clunked really hard. So it kind of scared me and I got out of it. So that was only first and second gear on this pass. And it went 963 at a $126, 116 to the eighth. I think I honestly got out of it before the eighth on this pass, because of that second gear to third gear issue that I was having. Like I said, just make sure that you don't hit the limiter on an auto car and then grab another gear, because there's that delay of time where it's on the limiter without any horsepower, and then you grab a gear and it slams all the horsepower back into it. So it's almost like trans brake launching when you shift, because it's almost like two-stepping, and then you hit the next gear and then it shocks everything. So knowing what I knew there, I thought I'd throw some boost at it because we had the 60 foot down to where I wanted it. I wanted to be in the 1.3 range, so I gave it some boost on the next pass, and I think on this next pass we made like 21 pounds of boost. And I thought the tires had been breaking in on this pass, so I upped the RPM on the two-step again, and it fucking blew the tires off. So the third pass blew the tires off. It still did a 147 60 foot and a 4.0 to a 330, 620 to the eighth at a $116. And I think this was on 20 pounds of boost here, 969 at 130. And then the last pass of the night, which was the fastest pass the car has ever gone, fastest pass I've ever done, and it still spun out of the hole. I really got to just not be so aggressive on the two-step. I got to pull RPM out of it. Radials are a totally different world than drag slicks, I've been learning. So this next pass, it still spun the tires with the radials at 15 pounds of air and a pretty good burnout. But like I said, I just had too much in it. I think it was making 12 pounds of boost on the line, and it just didn't, the track wasn't there as well. That was a big thing for tonight, is the track just wasn't prepped very good. If the prep was there, it probably would have stuck, and it probably would have did a mid 1.3 60 foot is what I'm thinking, if I could keep that power in it. But this is the fastest pass to date. 146 60 foot, spinning out of the hole, obviously. 390 to the 330, 5.9 to the eighth, which is what my goal was, at a $119.9. I call that 120 mile an hour. So we went 120 mile an hour to the eighth, and then I think I got out of it a little bit after the 1,000. I don't think I quite stayed in it to the complete finish line. So I bet you the car would have did a $149 or a $150. Out the back, but it still did 148 with a 5 mile an hour out the back. And that was on 23 pounds. I wanted to make sure that the boost was still going up because I thought I was out of boost controller or out of wastegate spring, and I just put a lot of duty cycle in it, and it picked up, and it went to 23 pounds of boost, and it clearly picked up huge mile an hour to the eighth. I think the last pass that we made on the car on 20 pounds, it did a $117 or a $118. And now we picked up 2 mile an hour with like every 2 pounds of boost or so gets another 2 mile an hour to the eighth. So that's awesome. I'm speechless. I'm very happy with how the car performed. And we were going to make another pass and dial all this in with the lower two-step settings and stuff like that. And I went to go pull the car in the lanes and the starter went out. So the car is currently sitting on the fucking trailer at the shop with a bad starter. The starter still fucking turns over, but it doesn't push out to hit the flywheel.
It just wings.
Yeah, it just fucking wings like an RC motor. So, anyways, that's gonna be it. hopefully you guys enjoyed the fucking madness of my stock bottom end 4.8 LS motor with a 7875 fucking turbo. You guys need this new next gen 7875 in your life. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This turbo still has room in it. I'm not maxing it out at all. I'm just kind of a pussy with the stock bottom end stuff because I've went through a couple of them, and I've been creeping up on the tune-up on this car, and I think it's really paying off because we're actually being able to dial everything in slowly instead of just throwing the kitchen sink at it right away and fucking hurting stuff. This method is working a lot better, and we're getting a lot more usable data to go faster later reliably. And this is probably the fucking 20th 9-second pass I have on this setup, and it just keeps running. It's got great oil pressure, no smoking, tranny's working good. I'm just happy as fuck. So leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think of this 5.9 at 120 to the 8th. And yeah, like I said, if I can get that 1.360 foot back, we got a 9.0 car here, if not an 8.99 car. I might have to call out sloppy mechanics for the 8s for 8 challenge, because I bet you I don't have $8,000 into this car. Right. And it is rolling reliably. Like, literally, car just keeps going. I have the tune-up right. Keeping fuel in it and having some good parts inside the motor is crucial on this stuff. I feel like that fresh set of bearings really helped us out. Good quality oil, the Schaefer's, I think that's helping this thing out. We run Schaefer's 2050 in the car, and yeah, just like little things here and there have really paid off with this thing. So anyways, have a great night, a better tomorrow. We will see you later. I'm fucking stoked. Yeah.